Dragon Ball Daima Episode 2 has just released, and this series continues to exceed all of my expectations. This 20-minute episode felt like 5 minutes, as we see multiple really fun slice-of-life moments featuring the Dragon Ball cast as children. This episode also featured the reveal of the Daima opening as well as the ending song, and in terms of the story, we literally pick up from where we had left off, following Degisu and Goma making their wish to transform everybody who had fought Majin Buu into children. Episode 2 features several interesting plot developments, including the kidnapping of Dende, Goku and the others trying to figure out what on earth has happened to them, the reveal of Master Roshi as a child, an all-new, never-before-seen appearance of Mr. Popo without his turban, and some of my favourite stuff in this episode includes Goku trying to get used to the new size of his body as he struggles to fly and get used to the fact that he has much shorter limbs now. So I'm really excited to break down and analyse Daima Episode 2, so without further delay, let's go over all of the things that I absolutely loved about this incredible second episode. So episode 2 begins with Shenron revealing to Goma that he's only going to be getting one wish, and that the 3 wishes that he usually gives to Goku and the others is a bonus for them being regulars. So after being transformed into children, Goku and Vegeta struggle to fly in their new bodies as they lose their balance and fall from the sky. We do cut to the opening song, and it has some insane visuals. So there's a mixture of 2D and 3D animation here. There's a lot of stuff here that's previewing for things that are yet to be revealed in future episodes. There's visuals of Goku, Supreme Kai, Glorio, and this girl that we're being shown called Pansy, and there's visuals of the Tamagami in the background, and we also get some shots of Bulma, Piccolo, and Vegeta, as it's hinted that they too are going to be going to the Demon Realm. From the opening, it's revealed who exactly has been transformed into a child, and we get this first glimpse of Mr. Popo without his turban, as we see those 2 horns on the top of his head. Even Majin Buu in the background is become a kid. My favorite transformations out of all of these characters have to be Master Roshi and Hercule, as they are definitely the standout characters amongst this cast. Now, funnily enough, those who were already considered to be children or young have been transformed into babies, so this of course is Trunks, Goten, and Dende. So this shot here of Dr. Arinsu, Degisu, and then Goma in the middle also reveals to us visuals of King Dabra to the left, and then the father of King Dabra, the first king of the Demon Realm, called King Abra. So then we get this visual of this eye, and I'm guessing that this is the 3rd eye which Goma had wanted to wish for himself. Yeah, this opening just has a ton of amazingly well animated scenes. And yeah, for the most part, there's a lot of previews for what's yet to come, as it's revealed that it's not just Goku and the Supreme Kai who will be entering the Demon Realm, as here we have visuals even of Goku turning Super Saiyan, Vegeta turning Super Saiyan, then the link between Supreme Kai and his siblings. The opening also shows us visuals of Vegeta, Piccolo, and Goku battling against the Tamagami, who of course are the guardians of the oversized Dragon Balls which exist within the Demon Realm. And then typical of these two, Goku and Vegeta are revealed to be fighting each other in their Super Saiyan forms. Yeah, and this opening is pretty much topped off with Goku in his Super Saiyan form firing a Kamehameha towards the screen, and this is just so beautifully animated and drawn with all of these amazing visual effects. And the episode pretty much begins with Shenron disappearing and Goma, Degisu, and Neva deciding to kidnap Dende. So Neva explains that he isn't able to gather the Dragon Balls in the Demon Realm because they would need to fight the Tamagamis if they were to use those Dragon Balls. This is because Goma is really annoyed about not having this second wish because he wanted to wish for that 3rd eye. So after this wish was granted, the Dragon Balls scattered and they have turned to stone again for another year. Can he not just do what he did with the Dragon Balls again? Neva says that he cannot do that twice in a row. So they decide to kidnap Dende because if he isn't there, then the Dragon Balls of Earth will pretty much be useless. So there are a ton of funny moments here with the Dragon Ball cast reacting to being transformed into children, with Goten and Trunks being turned into babies, and then Mr. Satan introducing himself to Goku and Vegeta as they literally do not recognize him. And then yeah, judging from the personality of all of the characters, it seems like they have retained who they are, so they still have all of their memories, but they are just tiny in size. So it's very similar to how Goku was transformed into a child in Dragon Ball GT. So everyone is at a loss as to what has happened until Supreme Kai intervenes and says that they did sense a sinister presence at Kami's lookout. Goku does try and fly over there, but he isn't used to maintaining his balance in this new body, so he literally falls from the sky. And honestly, I cannot get get enough of seeing Goku in this small form, struggling to get around and do just the most basic stuff that he was used to as an adult. There is tons of this amazing original Dragon Ball charm which Toriyama has clearly sprinkled into the story, and I'm just a huge fan of these slice of life moments with this cast of characters. Some of my favorite episodes were the filler episodes from Dragon Ball Z, so I was fanboying really hard throughout the entirety of this episode. And then yeah, one of the biggest surprises of this episode was seeing Master Roshi transformed into a kid, and it's so funny to see him with this smug attitude within this tiny body, and in some instances I swear he does look like Saitama, especially when he takes those glasses off. Maybe Master Roshi was One Punch Man in a past life. Since everybody has pretty much lost their ability to fly after becoming children, Kibito essentially becomes the delivery man, so he's teleporting everyone to and from the lookout. When they reach the lookout, they're greeted by this hilariously shrunk Mr. Popo. He explains to them that Dende has been kidnapped and taken to the demon realm, and it appears as though the Supreme Kai is familiar with the demon realm, as we learn that he had actually come from there. So Mr. Popo reveals that a short individual along with somebody who looked like Supreme Kai had arrived along with a elderly Namek called Neva, and the short person had made a wish to transform Goku and the others into children. When Mr. Popo reveals the name of Degisu, Supreme Kai confirms that it is his brother. When Mr. Popo name drops Neva, Piccolo knows of him as the legendary Namek who had remained within the demon realm alone. And this is because he had wanted to protect the Dragon Balls that exist within the demon realm. They learn how Neva was able to restore the Dragon Balls from stone, and he had gathered them effortlessly. So when they decide to head over to the demon realm in order to rescue Dende, the Supreme Kai has Kibito bring over his ship that he had used to travel from the demon realm into this universe. It seems like the ship has been abandoned for many years, and because it's their only way to get to the demon realm, Goku suggests that they get Bulma to just fix the ship. Now it's really funny, Goku loses his balance and almost falls off of the lookout. Piccolo tells him off for not being used to the balance of his new body, and when he tries to fly, he does exactly the same thing and just falls to the ground. Yeah, I cannot get enough of these comedic moments in this series. I am a huge fan of the story that Daima is telling. All of the characters feel like themselves, each of them have retained their personalities, and a lot of these goofy moments we haven't seen since the original Dragon Ball series. So yeah, at this point we do reach the mid-card of the episode. The second half of the episode begins as Bulma arrives on the lookout in order to repair the Supreme Kai's ship. We learn that its condition was worsened during the battle between Goku and Vegeta against Buu on the planet of the Kais. We once again get a few flashback images here where we see Super Saiyan 3 Goku battling Kid Buu. These flashback images are just as great as those that we had seen within episode 1. There's even shots of Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta battling Kid Buu also. So because of the state and condition of the ship, Bulma says that she can repair it probably in about 10 days. So yeah, Bulma's going to need a lot of supplies as she sets up shop within the lookout, but it's really funny, she continuously asks Kibito to teleport to and from Capsule Corp to the lookout, and she does this several times in the second half of this episode, and Kibito gradually gets more and more annoyed. It's yet again another comedic moment in an overall funny and lighthearted episode. So we get a 2-day time skip. Bulma set up a garage within the lookout. In the span of 2 days, Goku has struggled, but he's almost got the hang of his flying. He isn't perfect yet, and another really funny thing is that he isn't used to the length of his limbs now. It's so funny to see his overexcited attitude as he's just annoying the really sensible Piccolo and Vegeta who are just sat there trying to figure out what's going on. We get some really important details about the Dragon Ball world as it's revealed that not everybody with pointy ears belongs to the demon realm, but for the most part you could safely say that the majority do. So we have more details about individuals who had left the demon realm. As for the most part, there was free travel to and from the demon realm in the past. Some individuals had went to seek out freedom, while others had left the demon realm in order to rule over other planets. So yeah, there was an open travel policy as many Margin did slip out of the demon realm once upon a time, but before too long restrictions were placed on the demon realm and it was deemed to be forbidden to travel to the demon realm. So Goku leaves and asks Korin for his power pole, and he had literally stuck this on top of his tower in order to reach the lookout, but Korin says that nobody really travels to the lookout from Korin's tower anymore. So he had removed the power pole and he had handed it over to Master Roshi. Master Roshi of course is getting used to the fact that he's young again as he's wearing all of these stylish clothes, looking cool, and hands down my absolute favorite moment of this episode is realizing that Master Roshi has used the power pole as a laundry line. He's literally hanging his underwear off of it. The power pole is hyped up as this legendary nostalgic weapon, and Toriyama reintroduces it into the story in such a hilarious manner. So Goku shows off his skills with Nyoibo, showing that he hasn't lost it, and he even tells them that Master Roshi had used the power pole for laundry. So So as Goku and the others get ready to dig into some food, they're interrupted by the arrival of somebody new. So Glorio makes his introduction into the story. As he immediately identifies Goku, he reveals that he needs Goku's help to come to the Demon Realm and defeat King Goma. It seems like the Supreme Kai is familiar with who Goma is, as he warns them that he's very powerful and crafty. We learn that Glorio serves the king of the third demon world, as we're getting a bit of information here that there are multiple worlds within the Demon Realm. This mission to enlist Goku's help to defeat Goma was given to Glorio in secret, as the Supreme Kai says that he'll accompany Goku with Glorio as they'll travel to the Demon Realm. It's revealed that Vegeta, Piccolo and Bulma will also be coming, but once Bulma finishes work on the Supreme Kai's ship. So yeah, Goku and the Supreme Kai are going to be getting a head start, but I didn't know this. Apparently these guys will also be coming, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Honestly, which I'm really glad about. As much as I love Goku and the Supreme Kai, I feel like their dynamic as characters can only go so far, so it's great to know that Vegeta, Bulma and Piccolo will also be accompanying them. Glorio, Supreme Kai and Goku make their way over to the Demon Realm, and that pretty much brings us to an end to episode 2 of Dragon Ball Daima. So this episode also reveals a bit more lore about the Namekians, as Piccolo reveals that the Namekians actually originally lived in a place which was very nice. So this is in reference to their original home in the Demon Realm, but they had no choice but to leave the Demon Realm because Nameks don't like to be ruled. I really do love how much new information we're learning about the world of Dragon Ball via this series. Overall, it's really fun and lighthearted. I've really enjoyed these first 2 episodes, and I cannot wait for the next one. I wasn't really expecting much from Daima, but it's genuinely surprised me. The art and animation is top tier, and the story is proving itself to be very entertaining. I know still a lot of people are holding out from checking out this series, but if you haven't yet, I do recommend going and watching it. I honestly cannot see how anyone who says that they love Dragon Ball and the world that Toriyama has created can hate this series. It feels so much like the Dragon Ball that we know and love. It has that fun, adventurous feeling while being packed with so many comedic and hilarious moments, and the entire story is told in a very light-hearted way. It's not like Dragon Ball GT where there was this ominous feeling of the world is about to blow up unless they gather the Dragon Balls in a year. Instead, a baby Dende is being kidnapped so that they can't use the Earth's Dragon Balls. They even waited a couple of days because they weren't really worried about Goma and Dagisu doing anything to Dende. Now, with the end of episode 2, the story of Daima has really started as the adventure to the Demon Realm begins. The 3rd episode of the series is titled Daima, as Goku and the Supreme Kai make their arrival to the Demon Realm. But yeah, that was my thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima episode 2. Let me know what you guys think about this all new series. Have you been enjoying the first 2 episodes? Do let me know all of your thoughts about Daima so far. Continue the discussion in the comments. And lastly, thank you for making it to the end of this video, and I cannot wait to see you next week for my review of episode 3 of Dragon Ball Daima. A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.